welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because it's just going to be a casual shop my stash. I'm sitting here in my sports bra, which I literally feel like I film all of my videos in sports bras these days. I'm not really sure why. They're just so comfortable. And I used to actually never be like a sports bra wearer. And the other day I went to the gym and I don't know how, but I forgot to wear a sports bra and I was like dying. I was like, probably not going to be my best workout today. Sports bras have nothing to do with this video, but I just thought I'd let you know. Also, oh my gosh, I made my own homemade chai and it is freaking amazing, in case you were wondering. Okay, hopefully now you can see like the top of my head, kind of, but hopefully we don't go so far down that like you can see my stomach. Anyway, you guys, today's gonna be a shop my stash video. I'm gonna film it like I filmed my last shop my stash, where I show you guys like the products I was using in person and we chat about them with me sitting right here in front of you. I hope this is making sense. And then we'll go through and shop through my makeup collection together and pick out the new products that I will be using for the next 2 weeks. I do like to post my shop my stashes every 2 weeks. I was doing every month, but then I was like, I'm still not cycling through my makeup collection fast enough, so I decided to do every 2 weeks, and I've really been enjoying that. So if you are interested in seeing me talk about the products that I was using in the last rotation and see me shop my stash for my new picks, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I have my little makeup container with all of my last rotation's picks in it. I do have a separate area for all of my I have a separate area for all of my Project Pan items. So if you guys are interested in like what's going in my Project Pan, I'll leave my Project Pans link down below, but these videos would just be way too long if I constantly went through the products that are going in projects. But just know I'm also using those products as well. So we're just going to start with primer. So I had 2 primers picked for this rotation. I had the Ofra Rays of Light primer, which I had recently, or which I had picked up in June. We're in July now, so I had picked up in June. I used this quite a few times, and honestly I'm not that impressed with this primer at all. I feel like I've heard some good reviews on this, and for me it's just like, I definitely wouldn't buy it again. You will probably be seeing this in an upcoming disappointing products video. I'm a little disappointed in myself for getting this. I got it with Ulta points. Like, I redeemed Ulta points to get this, but I could have gotten something else. It was only $18, but I'm just really not that impressed with it. And like I keep telling you guys, this is the year of me curating my primer collection. I've been like really into primers, but also like pretty picky about my primers. And I'm not going to return this by any means because I used points to get it. And I don't like hate it, so I don't necessarily want to like declutter it, at least not yet. But I'm not in love with it, and we're gonna put that away for a bit. I have been really enjoying the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. I've really been enjoying this. I think it's a really nice primer. It is smoothing yet still hydrating, but not in like a bad way. Like, it does like kind of mattify the skin in like a comfortable matte way. So I've really been enjoying this, but I have used this quite a bit as well, so I'm going to put this away for a little bit just so that we can cycle in some new primers. Okay, I have quite a few foundations because why limit yourself? I am going to keep this just in rotation for the rest of the summer. It is my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, the illuminating one. I do really enjoy this, especially when I am just looking for a tinted moisturizer, and it is the only tinted moisturizer that I currently have in my collection. So this will just be something permanently in rotation for the summertime. This is another one that's permanently in rotation for the summertime. This is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream in the original. I also have the Radiant one, but I've had the original for longer, so I'm trying to finish this up. The IT Cosmetics CC Cream is a foundation that I will always have going in my collection. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite foundation ever, but it has SPF 50 in it, and I've never burned on the face while wearing this, so I love to have this, especially in the summertime, but really all year round, especially also for like vacations. I'm constantly wearing this. I've actually worn this in conjunction with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This is just a little bit too light for me, and this is in the shade 206, so this is too dark. These two together I've been loving. I'm not a huge fan of the original It Cosmetics CC cream. I do prefer the Radiant one, but these two mixed together I think are beautiful. This was going to take me forever to get through just because I was only wearing it when I was either on vacation or spending the full day outside, but I've been wearing this combo to work and been loving it. So I may actually, maybe we'll be able to finish this summer. These two I'm going to keep in. I maybe have like 2 uses left out of my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. Again, I've just been using this as a mixer because it is too dark, but both of these will stay. I had pulled my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation last rotation. I pulled this, but I don't even know. I maybe used this one time, maybe not at all, so I'm definitely going to keep this in for another rotation. I also had my Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation, which I do have on my skin today. I'm looking like very, at least in my viewfinder, I feel like I look really dark right now, and like, but also my fake tan is wearing off, so I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about editing this. Anyway, I do have this foundation on my skin today. It is a little too light for me right now, but I bronzed the skin up heavily, as you can probably tell, probably a little too heavily. Anyway, this is okay. I picked this up at TJ Maxx for $8. I don't know if maybe I'm just like on the fence about it because maybe it's old because I got it at TJ Maxx, but I feel like it clings just a little bit to dry patches. This isn't something that I'm going to declutter. This is something I could definitely see myself using, again, especially in the summertime, because it is a lighter weight foundation and it's not super full coverage by any means. It's maybe like a light to medium, light, and you can build it to medium. So I like it. It's just not a favorite, but I did get some good use out of this, so I'm going to put this away for a bit. And then I also did get some good use out of the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, which I really like, but I'm going to put it away for a little bit because I have gotten some good use out of it. I have mine in the shade Warm Nude, which is more of a summer shade for me. I definitely am considering picking this up in my winter shade come winter time. For concealer, I had 3 pulled. I've had the Tarte Shape Tape going for a little bit now, so I am going to put this away. I have mine in the shade Fair. I have a second Tarte Shape Tape in a different shade. I forget what the other shade is. I would love to finish one of these off, but I feel like in order to do that, I'm going to have to put this in some sort of project. So for now, it's going to be put away. I also had my NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. This is okay. It's definitely not my favorite. I was considering possibly decluttering it for a little bit, and then I was like, no, not yet, but I'm going to put that away for a little bit because I did get some use out of that. I also had my LC Cosmetics Complete Remedy Silk Concealer pulled. This is very new to my collection. I picked this up in June. Tried it a couple times, didn't get a ton of use out of it this last rotation, so I'm going to keep this in. I do really like this so far every time that I've used it, but would like to get a little bit more use out of it before I put it back. For powder, the loose powder I have been using the last few rotations is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I just love this setting powder. I just know I can trust it. I know I always like the way that my skin looks when I use this, so I'm gonna still keep going with this. I finished off my 2 pressed powders, so you will see those in upcoming empties videos, but I will definitely need to be pulling in a new pressed powder. And then I also had the Hourglass Finishing Powder in Luminous Light. I've had this going for like 3 or 4 rotations now, so I'm going to put this away for a little bit. I did use this a few times the last week or so. I don't know why I'm swatching it. And I really liked the finish that it gave to my skin. I have already put this on my list for potential 20 in 20 project pan. What am I trying to say? 2019 and 29, 20 and 20. Because it's not my favorite product ever. Like, it's almost just like an extra step. I don't always, in fact, I very rarely do actually use a finishing powder, but I spent a lot of money on this, so would like to use it. Still have gotten some good use out of it the last couple weeks, but definitely ready to put it away for a little bit. But definitely thinking you may be seeing this in my 20 and 20 year-long project pan next year. Okay, so I always have like a million bronzer, blush, and highlights going. I always have this in rotation. This is my Fenty Matchstick in Amber, which is a contour shade for me. And I usually just use this as a nose contour. Very rarely do I use this for anything else. Not my favorite product ever. I've been pretty clear about that on my channel, especially lately when I've been talking about like products I've regretted purchasing this year. I was definitely thinking that this was going to be better than it was, but this is just going to be in rotation until I use it. The Balm Desert blush. This really only works for me in the summertime because it is darker. I only used this, I think, 2 times this last rotation. This is another one that's like a good contour shade for me. I want to also pull in my ABH blush, I believe in the shade Tawny, because that's another one that really only works for me in the summer. But I think I'm going to keep this in for one more rotation, try and use it a few more times, and then next round I'll swap this out for that ABH bronzer. I've had this one going for a couple rotations now. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It. And I really do love this, but I'm going to put this away for a bit because I had pulled this and then put it away and then pulled it again, and I've gotten some really good use out of this. So I'm going to put that away for now. I had pulled my Essence Sun Matte Bronzing Powder in light last rotation, but didn't use this at all, so this will stay in. And then I also pulled my Marc Jacobs Tantastic. I think I'm going to keep this one in for one more rotation as well, and then swap this out for my Marc Jacobs Tantric in the next round. I also had this. This is my Ulta Contour Face Sculpting Color Stick in the shade Contour, which I actually prefer to use this because of its warm tone. I prefer to use this as just a cream bronzer. I'm like, what am I trying to say? I don't know if you can get this anymore. I was looking on the Ulta website and I didn't see it. I still have quite a bit of product left, especially considering like you actually need so little of this. This blends out so easily too, to get like a bronzed effect. But because it is the summertime and this is really the only time I reach for cream products, I am going to be keeping this in for another rotation as well. Okay, for blush, I feel like I was really good about rotating everything in this rotation. I have 5 blushes, but I feel like I did a nice job. So first up, we had my Milani Coral Cove blush, which looks really intimidating in the pan, but blended out, it's a really beautiful coral blush. I did get some good use out of this, so I am going to be putting it away. Might pull this one more time before the summer ends, because obviously it's more of a summertime blush, but was really happy that I got some use out of that. I also have this MAC Fairly Precious Extra Dimension blush. Now this is a glowy product. As you can see, it's a blush topper, and it's this beautiful like peachy pink shimmery glowy situation. I'm definitely keeping this in for the rest of the summer, just because if I want to add a little extra glow to the skin, a little extra sun-kissed just hint to the skin, I can reach for this. I really have been enjoying this, so like I said, keeping that in for another rotation. I got a ton of use out of my Clinique Cheek Pop Ginger Pop blush. I've been looking like pretty sunburned with the blushes that I've been selecting the last couple weeks, but I also like don't mind a little sunburned look. So I've really been enjoying this. The Clinique Cheek Pop blush formula is one of my favorites. I definitely want to pick up Nude Pop because I feel like I can use that definitely all summer long. This one I've been liking with a duo fiber brush and just stippling it on to the cheeks. It's been beautiful. Also got some good use out of my Baked Blush and Brighten Laura Geller blush in the shade Tropic Hues. This is another glowy blush, but this one is what am I trying to say, like more pink toned. So I also got some good use out of this, but I'm going to keep this in for another rotation again just because of its level of glow. I really can only use this in the summertime, so I want to get some good use out of it before putting it away. And then I also got some great use out of my Hourglass Dim Infusion Ambient Light Blush. This almost looks like nothing on the skin. Like when I swatch it, you probably won't be able to see it at all, but it's just this beautiful nude with like a hint, like the slightest hint of peach to it, and I think it's absolutely stunning. But I got some good use out of this the rotation before this as well as this last rotation, so I think it is time to put this away. Okay, sorry you guys, I also forgot I had 3 cream blushes going. I had my little Milk stick in the shade Work. I've talked about this a lot recently on my channel, but I really like this. It's just a really beautiful, like, dusty rose shade. I've gotten some good use out of this. I'm gonna keep it in probably all summer long. This is another blush stick. This is the multi-stick in the shade Grapefruit from Au Naturel. And I've actually gotten some good use out of this too. I'm gonna put this one away for a bit. It's a bit more intense and a bit like more bright. And this one definitely does have some shimmer to it. This would definitely not be a product that I would go purchase myself. I believe I got this in a BoxyCharm. Wouldn't recommend. It's a little bit more of a dry formula, but I can make it work if I apply it with a brush. Not gonna declutter it, but time to put this one away. And then I'm gonna keep my Flower Beauty blush bombs in the shade Pinched going. This is just a really beautiful neutral liquid blush shade. I cannot speak. It's just a beautiful nude. And I actually have really been enjoying these. I didn't like these when I first tried them, but now that I'm kind of getting back into liquid and cream products for the summer, even though the summer's gonna be over here soon, I've been enjoying this. So we'll keep these in another rotation. For highlighters, I told you guys I'm going to keep my Milk Lit Stick in all summer. Pretty much this is almost like a permanent always in rotation for me, because I also always talk about how I always wear this highlighter when I go to the gym, whether or not I have makeup on or not. It just gives me a beautiful glossy glow to the skin. It makes me look like I'm sweating without putting any work in. So definitely pretty much always in rotation. I also had the Pixi Glowy Gossamer Duo. I had recently picked this up. So I think this is the first time I had this in rotation, and I used it a couple times, but I want to keep this in for one more rotation. It's super, super intense and super beautiful. I had also pulled my Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter just because I wanted to start to get some use out of this, start to work some more Wet n Wild products out of my collection. This is also on my list of potential 20 and 20 project pan ideas. I used this a few times. I'll probably keep this in another rotation. Who are we kidding? And then I did not get any use out of this Bobbi Brown highlighter. This is in the shade Afternoon Glow, which is way too dark for me normally, but I wanted to see if I could use it as a bronzer topper to give me like a nice glowy bronze, but kind of forgot to use it. So we'll keep this in another rotation. And then I told you guys this is going to be a permanent summer item for me. This is the Artist Couture highlight in the shade Summer Haze. I really, really like this Diamond and Glow powder. I think it's beautiful. It gives such an intense yet natural glow to the skin, and I just adore it. So I guess we're keeping all my highlighters in rotation. It's just a few more things to mention. So I always have 4 mascaras going at once, which I know seems super extra, but I don't like lashes and I like to layer tons of mascara. It's just always the way I've been. It's finally time to say goodbye to my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm excited to say goodbye to this because I don't like this mascara. I think it's flaky. Every time I wear this, I'm like rubbing shit out of my eyes, and I just don't like this. So I'm really happy to be saying goodbye to this. It's hit its 4-month mark and I'm not messing with it anymore. I also have my Milk Waterproof Mascara. Love this. This will be going for the rest of the summer. I also have my Marc Jacobs Noir Mascara, which I love to pair with my Wander Beauty Mile High Club Mascara. These 3 are still going strong, but it will be time to pull one new mascara, and I am so excited about that. You guys know I always try and keep one ABH Glow Kit going at a time because I have so many. And I've been using my ABH Sun Dipped Glow Kit. I'm just going to keep this one going for the rest of the summer because it is like summery themed, kind of like sun dipped. I've been using the shade Summer right here a ton to highlight the inner corner of my eyes. Sorry guys, cars are being loud today out there. I also love the shade Tourmaline. Just if I'm doing like a no makeup look, I'll just toss this in the crease of my eyes and I love it. Moonstone is beautiful and bronzed. I will occasionally use this in eyeshadow as well. So I hadn't gotten any use out of this the prior round, but I used this a lot this last round. But again, I'm just going to keep this one going for the rest of the summer. I also had my Tarte Clay Play 1 palette going for face palettes, and I had used this again a lot the previous round, but not at all this round. I think I will put this away for a little bit just because I don't really feel the need to use this. I could definitely see myself pulling this again before the year is over, but for now it can go away. And then I also had pulled my NARS Hot Nights face palette because I recently got this And I still haven't played with this, you guys. It's so bad. So this I'm going to keep in. In fact, I may play with this later this afternoon or tomorrow. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to testing it out yet. So, all right, now that we've talked about all the products that were going in the last rotation, it is time to shop my stash. All right, you guys, we are in my makeup corner and starting with primer and foundation. I think I for sure am going to grab my Milk Makeup Hydro Primer. I think I'm going to try and finish this up in August. It's a great primer for the summertime because it's so gripping. Even in the heat, I feel like this makes a huge difference in the longevity of how long your makeup lasts, and it's hydrating as well. This is definitely something I plan to repurchase in the future, but would love to be able to finish this up. And then I think I know I'm also really just focused on trying to finish one of my Project Pan primers, so I may just call it good on primers just so I can try and bust through a few. I know primer is a category I'm really trying to focus on and really curate this year in my collection. So moving on to foundations, I tried to line it up so foundations towards the front are ones that I haven't reached for recently, and then like as I use stuff and put it back, I put it towards the back. So that would mean up next we are going to grab the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. And if you guys aren't new to my channel, you may have heard me say before that I'm not sure if I like this foundation. Every time I wear it, I get compliments on my makeup, but I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. So I'm gonna pull this in and kind of make a final decision on whether or not I think it's something that I can finish up at some point, or if I just need to declutter it. And then I also want to pull in, one of my goals was to finish this year. This is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake makeup. I loved this foundation last summer and I haven't reached for it yet this summer. As you can tell, it's so messy, and I have about half of this left. It would be nice to finish this up just to get another foundation out of my collection. Foundation's another area that I want to curate somewhat, or at least like lower my makeup inventory numbers. But also a ton of new foundations have released recently, and some that I'm very interested in, but I would like to use up some foundations before purchasing more. So this is one that I could see myself finishing up for sure, hopefully by the end of this year. Okay, so then next we have concealer and powder. And like I said, I finished up 2 of my powders, which is really exciting. So I need to pull in another pressed powder. And I'm not going to be pulling a loose powder. I'm just going to keep going on my Hourglass one. I think for my pressed powder, I really want to purchase the Flower Beauty one because I've heard that's a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. But for the time being, this is the only, this Essence one is the only translucent one I have. I do really like these I do really like the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder, but I have mine in the shade Buff Beige, which is just a little bit dark. I should probably declutter this and buy my actual shade. If you guys have any great affordable powder recommendations, pressed powder recommendations, leave them in the comments, but I will be pulling the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. I know I want to pull the Too Faced Born This Way to replace the Tarte Shape Tape, and then I also think I will pull... It's been a minute since I used the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer, so I think I will pull this and we'll call it good for concealer. Moving on to my bronzer drawer, I was feeling very like inspired, or really wanted to reach for my Fenty Beauty a couple days ago, so I think I'm going to pull this in. And I also really want to continue to use my Hourglass Luminous Light Bronzer during the summertime when I'm looking for more glowy skin. So I'm going to pull these 2. Oh, and then I know this is a little bit extra, but I can't help myself. I also want to grab my Natasha Denona Bronze and Glow because, hello, I want a bronze and glow this last month of the summer. And I've used this a couple times since purchasing it, but not a ton, so definitely want to pull this. Okay, next, moving on to my blush drawer. Okay, I feel like I need to reach, oh, I know, I like absolutely have to pull my Buxom Mykonos blush because, hello, I always like over pull blush. It's a bad habit. I'm also going to pull my Ciate Summer Love blush because it's just such the perfect time to be wearing this. And then I have two like corally blushes, so I feel like I should pick a pink toned one. I wonder if, okay, I haven't reached for Becca's Snapdragon in probably over a year, so I feel like I should pull this. And then I have plenty of blush, even though I still want to kind of reach for, I kind of want to grab one of the Cover FX ones. I think I'm gonna grab Warm Honey. You know what, I actually should also pull my Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Wand, because I know I won't get use out of this in the fall / winter, or at least I don't think I will, so I need to use it during the warm summer months. So then we are moving on to highlighter. And this drawer, these are like winter highlights. These I've reached for, these I've reached, well, no, I haven't reached for those recently, but anyway, we're gonna, nothing from this drawer, highlight drawer numero dos. Okay, I want to pull ColourPop Lunch Money again. I like really was enjoying using this over the Lit Stick by Milk, so I'm gonna pull this. I also will pull, oh, I know. It's been a while since I've used my Lilac Geode blush, or not blush, highlighter from Becca. So I will pull this. And then I also will pull my Persona Zuma highlighter, just because I feel like when we reach like fall, winter, this is going to be a little bit too dark for me. So I want to make sure I'm getting use out of it now, because I do absolutely adore this highlighter. All right, you guys, on to my least favorite drawer, which is my single shadow drawer. I just never feel inspired by anything in here, but I think I'm going to pull this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rose Gold. I know so many people love this, and I just like wasn't a big fan, but I think maybe I would enjoy this just as like a lid, like an easy lid shade for the summer. So we'll pull this and see what I think. Maybe I'll end up decluttering it. We'll see. Okay, moving on to brows, eyeliners, and mascara. Now you guys know I don't pull mascara like when I'm shopping my stash. I just grab mascara as I need it. Or sorry, not mascara, eyeliners. However, we know I need a new mascara to replace my Too Faced Better Than Sex. So I think, what do I want to use? Okay, I just went through my entire mascara little cubby here. Cubby, if you will. I don't even know what, it's not a cubby. What is it, you guys? Container, whatever. I'm actually going to be decluttering two mascaras that are way too old, but these are two more that have been in here forever that don't appear to be like dried out, but I want to use these before they do. This is the Benefit They're Real Tinted Primer and They're Real Mascara, so I'm going to give this a try. I know this has been out for a while. I don't know how long these have been in my collection, which is kind of scary, so I'm going to pull these, try and get some use out of them, but I'm kind of excited that I was able to get rid of a couple mascaras, because mascara is one area of my makeup collection that's like a little bit out of control. However, I do always have like 4 mascaras going at once. I've used up so much mascara this year, but I'm not really a brow girl, so it makes up for it. Anyway, those are going to be the 2 mascaras that I'm going to pull. I'm not going to pull any new brow products either, because I have been working on my ABH brow definer in a project, and I've actually been using it some. Actually, no, I am going to pull the Brow Gal microfiber, like instant tinted brow gel with microfibers. I actually remember really liking this, and I have a backup because I seem to get sent these in, and I have a backup. I've been sent both these in like BoxyCharms or monthly box type of things, and I just recently finished up the Benefit like microfiber gel. I want to try the milk one, but I'm going to pull this and we'll call it good on brows. So then the last drawer, this is like skincare, and this is just like new stuff I've gotten in BoxyCharm, but the last drawer to grab out of is my face palette drawer, and I believe I am going to grab, it's a blush palette. I always have so much blush. I'm going to grab the Wander Beauty Dusk to Dawn palette. This is what this looks like. I feel like because of the two, well, there's a highlight and then there's a highlight, a blush, and then like a shimmery blush. I feel like this is the perfect time to get use out of that shimmery blush and to try and use the highlight if I want to try it. So I'm not going to probably use this in the fall time, although that middle blush shade I probably could get away with in the fall. But it's been a while since I've reached for this, so this will be the face palette that I select. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed shopping my stash. You guys, if you missed my last Shop My Stash, you may not know that for palettes, I'm doing a palette roulette on my channel now. So basically, my palettes that I'm focused on for the month are being randomly selected for me. And then I also am focused on any shadows that are going in my 19 Shadows in 2019 project, which I'll leave linked for you guys. But the 5 palettes that I have going for the month of July are the Tartelette in Bloom, which I actually have on my eyes today, the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, the Persona Identity palette. I love the look that I created with the Persona palette. The Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, and then the Subculture palette. I've used all of them except for Subculture. So, gotta be using this one soon, creating a look with it. I'm so excited. Anyway, you guys, that is it for today's Shop My Stash video. I hope that you enjoyed. Definitely let me know what products you are going to be reaching for the next few weeks here. I love hearing from you guys. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.